Hey guys, hope you guys are doing well and good energy, okay? Attracting the life you desire because it's your birthright. Okay. Coming through with another live message. Make sure you guys take the message how it resonates in your own life. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And don't forget, if you love the video, to share the video out. Show the video some love. Leave us a comment, okay? Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
You some water?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
God bless everyone. I pray everyone is having a good morning. So, some mornings I wake up and I be feeling like, God, what am I doing? Like, and it was one of those mornings where I just, I wonder like, who am I reaching? Like, what am I doing? But then it's like the download comes through, right? And whatever way it comes through, and it kind of reinforces everything that I'm doing, right? And I just want to encourage somebody like you're on the right track, right? If you feel like I feel. First download: we shall honor and protect what God gave us, not seek to make war with it. So whatever it is that God gave you, be it person, place, or a thing, honor it instead of making war with it. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, right? Somebody, you can have a job that God blessed you with. And you could wake up every day and feel like, man, I really don't want to go to this job, right? But if it's something that God blessed you with, He gonna bring something through. Trust me, He will. If it's something that God, now if you at a place that God is trying to remove you from, that's a whole different story. But if you know you was in dire straits, God came through, blessed you with a job, and the job is provisional, it provides for you. But then you might have got into your ego and you want more things, right? So you add more to the equation. And then sometimes that makes us look at what God gave us and devalue it because we be like, this is not good enough. I think I want more, right? And then what we do is we cut off the flow of God because if God bless you with something, and if you honor what He blessed you with, He gonna bring something through that same channel. Even if it's time to leave, He gonna make a way for you, So somebody honor what you have. It could be a relationship as well. You could be making war within your relationship. Second download, then I'm gonna step away. Be sure to nourish your spirit properly. Social media a lot is a bad diet for your spirit. And that's coming from even personal experience. Sometimes I realize I'm on social media too long. I just need a break from it. I need to do something else. I need to shift momentum. I need to shift gears, right? And it's all on us to become aware of it. Like, you got to be the one that realize you on social media too long. Because if we on there too long, it's a bad diet. You're just taking a lot of stuff that you got to process, right? And sometimes it can, I don't know, sometimes it can really get in the way, right? So.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you find yourself on social media too long, you can start comparing your life to people. You start becoming delusional, wanting to, feeling like you have to live in a fantasy world or something like that, I know we take breaks from it all the time. We go take a walk, cut the phones off, go watch a movie, do whatever. So we always encourage people to take a break. All right, y'all, let's get into this energy. Let me see. Let's go. I heard Karen. Your name could be Karen. Your mom could be Karen. Something like that. Alyssa is significant. Cody. We got the sharks coming out here. Embrace your primal instincts and navigate life's water with fierce determination. Okay? Embrace your primal instinct. Yeah, there's a knowing that you just have in life because it comes from a higher source. Okay, something like that. Okay. And I feel like right now is determination, resilience. I say this stuff all the time because this is what you're made of. Okay, but we got the sharks out here. Those sharks like blood, okay, or something like that. I don't know, something in your bloodline or something. Embrace who you are. Embrace who you are. This is something that comes in your DNA, your blood, your makeup, something like that. Okay? Yeah. Look, we got the crown chakra. Number 7 is showing up for you this morning.
The ajna.
Okay? That's the crown, baby.
The ajna.
No, that's
the Sahasrara.
That's the Sahasrara.
Sahasrara.
Yeah, okay. The number 7 chakra, okay? That's your crown chakra. That means that somebody has higher thinking, you could be learning higher knowledge, okay? You could be really using your brain to put things together. You could be studying. You could be just more knowledgeable, okay? You could be learning. Something about your crown chakra is lit up here. We got the crown chakra. The frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light, okay? So, it's crazy. We were reading a Proverbs this morning, and it was pretty much talking about how the righteous person knows how to, when somebody is attacking them, they know how to just pretty much ignore it, right? They don't let it get under their skin. And I feel like this is you, I don't know. There could be with a shark. I'm just seeing, a bunch of sharks in the water, and it looks like some blood in there, to be honest with you. So I feel like, people could be trying to attack your knowing, your knowledge, okay, your understanding, something like that. But you know what you know. You know what you know. Something about your spiritual connection this morning is very important as well. Okay. Purple is like royal. Okay? Purple could be your favorite color. You could be connected to a royal bloodline or something like that. We got the spiritual realm coming out with 999. It's like, hey, they don't understand me. Hey, I'm a different kind of being. Come from the 5D. We got loyalty, responsibility, truth, love, light, spiritual realm, growth, and solutions. Applying honesty and light daily is a fast track to creating a peaceful and meaningful life. This is how you find solutions and comfort. Release worries by speaking your truth and expressing emotions regularly. Open up for the best outcome is yet to, open up for the best is yet to come. Yeah, there's a different outcome. That's what I mean. There's a different outcome. Okay? I don't know. Somebody could be like, feeling like they're in between two worlds here or something like that.
Look at that. New worlds.
Look, yeah. Okay? Somebody's going through an ascension, a spiritual ascension. Maybe you're doing things that make you feel more connected to the Most High. I like this energy. Somebody has a knowing. I definitely feel like somebody's reading, somebody's studying, somebody's learning. Okay? This keeps you protected too.
It's like, what do you do when you find out, what do you do when you raised a certain way and then you grow older or you get older and then you find out your bloodline is connected to all of this different mysterious odd stuff.
Yeah.
That is a part of you.
Yeah.
Right? So, and you got to sort it out because it's just like, I feel like it's that kind of ascension where the things that's in you, they becoming alive. They awakening in you. You're like, the gifts in your family. Mm-hmm. It's like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, and I'm not saying this as a thing of certainty, but this is what it feels like. And I had a session yesterday, right? And the Soul Tribe the Soul Tribe member that we talked to, they said something that I feel. They was like, I think it's a power on me that skipped, that was, that was in ancient time and skipped over generations and is on me. And I was like, wow, there's a lot of people out here that gotta feel like that. Like, and I think it's some type of awakening. Like, I used to be able to see it clearly, but now it's vague to me. Like one time, I just feel like, people, ancestors are awakening. Different things that's inside of you are awakening, right? And it's not that you want to be contrary or you want to stand in conflict of anything you already know, but these things, they in you, they coming alive in you, right? Ascension, new worlds. Feather of hope and right track. I feel like a lot of uncertainty. Right? I feel like it's a lot of uncertainty, and even in me, like I sometimes wake up in other people's energy, and I just feel so unsure about what's going on. But then I gotta really realize what God has shown me. I gotta realize the course of my life and what has happened in life. And then it helps me realize, like, I'm on the right track, right? And I think that somebody, maybe you need to allow that God's ways are higher than ours, right? So I'm kind of saying that to say to somebody, you got to go with what God shows you, right? What is God showing you about yourself? What is God saying to you about yourself? Now is the time when you really got to tap into your own relationship, I feel like, right? The faith that you had in men, it probably failed you at this point. Somebody in that type of ascension. Feather of hope, you're on the right track. I don't really want to stay in this energy that long, but I do want to say, like, when things start coming alive in you and, gifts start coming back online and you, like, just be observant of them. Like, don't try to keep going in the same way. You have to pause. You have to study something. You have to figure something out. You have to get advice. You have to, either you're going to listen, at this point, you're going to listen to the voice of God or you're going to listen to the voice of men. That's kind of like where we at. Like, what is God saying to you in your heart? Which direction are you being pulled to go in your heart? For real. Somebody, right? You at that place. Feel like you're on the right track.
We got Trident here. Okay? Remember that true strength comes from within you. Okay? A lot of you guys learned that this year, though. I feel like if it wasn't anything that you learned this year, I feel like this year you really learned that, true strength comes from within. I feel like this year you really learned that, everything you was trying to plug into outside of yourself, it was never giving you the correct energy, the correct connection that you were looking for. It's kind of like when you have a phone charger. You know how you got that phone charger that just, you got to plug it a certain way for it to work. The connection just won't get right because the cord is all messed up and you can't get to the store. So you got to fold that cord just right so that phone will charge. Yeah, right? It was like that kind of energy. But I feel like somebody understands now that, you truly have everything you need inside of you. You always had it, The sauce came in you. You were made with this thing, okay? You were made with what you were looking for. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
It's crazy, It's been inside of you the entire time. And I feel like we now understand this. A lot of us, including myself, we look for things that, we already had. They were already there. They needed to be awakened. You could be having a remembrance of a lot of things from your childhood, from the past. A lot of times when we go through trauma, we block things out in life and we forget, You know, now that we are on our healing journey, you could be having a lot of remembrance of things that happened, things that you've gone through, a lot of aha moments, a lot of putting the pieces together to the puzzle kind of energy. You could be, yeah, you are seeing the situation correctly here. Okay? I feel like there's someone, and you really wanted a lot of answers at one time, but I feel like now you understand that, what you have is enough, right? God is giving you what you need to know, and what you don't need to know, you just don't need to know, We don't need to know everything, okay? Something like that. We got 21:12 coming out here, and it says new beginnings. This is a call to action to move forward. The sooner you get going, the sooner you will accomplish what you set out to do. Those with patience will eventually reap the rewards of their perseverance. Hope, new beginning, fresh start, lifestyle, purpose, spiritual awakening. I said that somebody's going through a spiritual awakening, and a spiritual awakening is not always pretty. Okay? Sometimes it looks like loss, okay, of things, people, right? Relationships, whatever it is, but it gives you purpose. It allows you to find your purpose, because a lot of times in life, if you go back to some of your lowest times, it's because you didn't know what your purpose was. When you don't know what your purpose is, you don't feel fulfilled. Okay? So, new beginning, spiritual awakening, lifestyle. Your lifestyle could be changing here as well. Okay? There's a fresh start here. I don't know, maybe, you're ready for something different, okay? Okay? I know I'm in my Sagittarius energy. I'm like, all right.
You know what I said?
I'm like,
You know what I saw? I saw somebody make a post about Sagittarius. And you know what they said?
What?
They said, Sagittarius, let's get ready to Sagittate.
I'm ready. I'm Sagittating already.
I just started laughing so hard. You was asleep, so I couldn't show you.
I'm Sagittating already.
Sagitation time.
I'm over here like cooking up. Okay, what's next? All right. So, purpose. Okay, you're being called to move forward here. Don't keep looking, as we approach, going towards what some may call the new year, between, January and March. I feel like, those people who are really, 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 really going through this spiritual awakening, there is so much coming towards you that you don't even understand. Like, you can't even comprehend the things that are happening in the background. God does things in silence, making a whole bunch of moves for the collective, right? So I feel like get ready. Get ready, okay? Get ready. Somebody can feel it too, You know how you can feel? Just like you can feel when you've done something wrong, right? You know how you've done something wrong? You ever did something wrong? I have, right? You ever did something wrong, and every time you see a police, you like, fuck. Am I in trouble? You know what I'm saying? Okay. You ever see your parent? You know what I'm saying? You ever did something like, I ran, ran a red light. Do you see the police? Oh my God, did they catch me? Am I about to get pulled over? Right? Like that kind of energy. Or you do something when you're a kid, right? And I'll be like, oh my God, did my mom know? She'd be like, come here, girl. I'm like, oh my God, did she know what I did? Did she know what I did? Like, you can feel that kind of energy, but you can also feel when good things are coming towards you. Right? You can feel when you've been just doing like, all right, yeah, I've been really putting out my best. So yeah, I can feel just goodness coming towards me.
So I was thinking about this ascension and these symptoms. Because I feel somebody else's symptoms of ascension. A good way to gauge where you at, right, spiritually, right? The book of Proverbs is heavy. So I don't advise people to read that, because the book of Proverbs hold your shadow up. And when you read it, you be like, that's me. Oh, that ain't me. Oh, I'm good. Oh, I need work. Oh, I'm good. Oh, I need work on that. Right? But one thing that the book makes emphasis about and I think this could be a fine line in defining like where you stand with your intentions. How do you feel about the poor? People who are poor, right? Not only poor in money, but how do you feel about the poor of spirit? People who are poor in spirit. Do you despise them? Do you even despise people who are poor in the natural? Do you despise them or do you resonate with them? Because the Bible says if you don't resonate with the poor, right, you probably you're not walking in the righteousness that you think if you're not resonating with the poor. Really, like the book of Proverbs, it puts so much, and I use Proverbs as a book of wisdom, right? And in that book, you will find yourself on point and off point. And a lot of places you be like, oh, that's me, I'm condemned, oh, I'm good, oh, I'm condemned, oh, I'm good, right? It's like that kind of book, right? So it goes to show you that nobody's perfect, right? It's probably God's riddle of showing you you're going to find yourself somewhere in here the wrong way, you know, like, but what it emphasizes and it doesn't slack or make movement about is how we feel about the poor, for real. Are you, let's say, deal with the poor in spirit. Let's define that real quick. Say you live in your life and you causing people to have spiritual awakenings, right? Or people are having spiritual awakenings, right? I don't know. So how do you feel about the person that has a spiritual awakening and they wake up and realize they spiritually poor? So they resort to all bad things, negative things. Do you despise them or do you understand that their awakening, it just was laced with bad intentions because they didn't know no better and they deserve a shot at repentance? Or do you carry the energy of all karmics need to be condemned? Because if you carry that energy, that's what you're going to get. The universe is going to treat you the same way you treat the poor. The poor in spirit, when you see a poor person, do you look at them and say, man, I hate to be in this situation? Or do you like my wife? I watch her a lot. I'm like this too, but this is one of the reasons why we come together, because I study her and I watch her, and this is what a man does. Like when he like, oh, this person's a wife. Like when we walk past people who poor, she'll be like, give him something. Lord, we be driving and somebody be poor, right? Like they might be standing on the side, poor in a poor spot. She the one that's gonna hold up traffic and be like, find something to give him. Give him a bottle of water, give him that change. But when you feel like that, right? Not only about the poor and money, but the poor of spirit. Being willing to give and being willing to pour out to the poor. How you feel about the poor is going to resonate with the way God feel about you. Some people shun the poor, right? And then God shun them. Because that's the way it's designed. Like, you, in order, like, you know, they used to have this phrase when I was young, for the 5%ers, they called them poor righteous teachers, right? And what they were saying with that energy was basically being poor, in a sense, is the road to divinity, but not in the way you think. Being poor and being like, being without so many things, you know, that's the kind of poor where you done emptied out your pockets of all the unnecessary things you don't need, right? And then you filled yourself up, poor righteous teacher kind of like energy. I'm just saying this to put emphasis on the poor, right? And I remember the 5%ers used to throw that around when I was little, you know, five poor righteous teachers. But I think I'm gaining an understanding of what it means to be poor and righteous and to have empathy for the poor. Because the rich don't. The rich don't. Honestly, I know you see rich people give stuff away, but I'm talking about people who are rich in the world in that way. They normally don't have a lot of empathy for the poor people because they gotta maintain the status quo of being rich. Like, very few people relate to. That's why rich people who can relate, they the righteous ones. You know, rich and relating to the poor. ain't pulling nothing else.
Me
I ain't pulling no more cards.
Well, we just wanted to come through for a quick message. Yeah, right. Something is like, you gotta have something. I'll be trying, you know?
Somebody said the water. Yeah, I remember she asked one day we ain't had nothing to give.
Like, at least
And it was summertime, right? And we was looking around, and that's all we had was water.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy on the side, he was grateful for it, right?
Yeah, he was very grateful. Y'all, shoot. One time we was on bikes, man. We just be, you know what I'm saying? Doing what we gotta do. Stay protected. God bless you guys. We love you. Thank you for joining us. We'll catch you guys a little bit later. Have a great Friday. Be balanced. Don't let all the sales catch you. We love you guys.